Hello, how's it going, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I'm trying to get my stuff adjusted here. It's
Yeah, I know it's so I have mine on like a tripod, and every time I set it up properly, I'm like, yeah, we're good to go. But then you join in, right? So I'm kind of like you notice like my head is kind of
you
cut
know
out of this frame
you
right now.
said when your grandmother used to collect plates and she had those things, those holders that she would set the plates on.
Yeah.
They were great for an iPad.
Oh, really?
I swear to God, I've got them that I use and they just like lifesavers for me.
Absolutely. So this is like an interactive, cool little thing. I know I've been in contact with you in a while. I've emailed to have you on my actual podcast, Popternative, and hopefully we can actually do that down the road because that's like a more that's a more like formal and questions prepared type episode. You know what I mean? That's pre-recorded. This is more of a live interactive platform, right? That people might have some questions for us. You know what I mean?
I was gonna I was this is my first I was going to say this is my first exposure to this,
Hmm.
and it's really funny because I was trying to prep for this because I'm technologically challenged. I didn't grow up with computers. I didn't grow up with iPads and iPhones and all that sort of thing, obviously. And so I just happened to pop into a couple of these I don't know, what do you call them? Well, Instagram Live.
Yeah,
One
IG lives. Yeah.
now, and she was doing something live tonight, and so I just popped in and shot her a couple of questions or something, let her know I was there because she was a guest on Below Deck
Hmm.
uh, last year, and it was just like a lot of fun to interact. So I got to feel my way around with it. And then when I was doing that, another thing popped up with Jamie Premack Sullivan from
Hmm.
Jersey Belle, and Jesus, we stayed on for like a half an hour.
I
And
know it's wild.
so this is my actual third, but it's in the same evening,
You,
which I find
yeah, I do about five or six. I don't know. You retweeted it, but I've been doing five. Like I've done five or six tonight as well.
really.
Yeah. So like my show, I interview people from all over. I interview people from TV, from sports. Like I was just on before with Tyler Breeze, and he's a pro wrestler, WWE superstar,
Yeah,
which was pretty cool.
those
Um,
those guys are amazing.
they are amazing.
Fan
He
following that they have blows me
Well,
away.
it's funny too because what we were talking about is no, everyone says like, "Oh, pro wrestling is fake" and certain like that narrative. I mean, there's stuntmen.
Those
Pardon
guys,
me.
those guys are athletes.
People say it's fake.
But you can't do that stuff without
No,
being like you really can't. You can't go what they go through.
no, you can't. It is crazy.
Those guys
Um,
are incredible.
they are incredible. I think it's pretty cool too. Below deck on Bravo. I mean, you guys do the show, um, and it's about you're a captain and like what you guys do like on the boat and the yacht and everything, and look at all this like interaction you guys have to do when you're not doing the show. It's like you're not always working, so to speak. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, it's I the way that I look at it, and I've always viewed it this way from season one, is that I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a TV star. I'm a captain that gets filmed doing his job. That's my job. I do it. I just happen to have cameras there filming it. I haven't
Yeah.
changed the way that I run a boat for the last 35 years. Not going to change the way I run a boat. And anybody that's worked with me in the past knows that. And anybody that's going to work with me in the future should know that.
No, absolutely. I think if people got some questions, I'm gonna make sure I follow the ticker down here. But
I'm new to this, so I'm just like,
yeah, I'm trying. Well, no, because we keep talking, and there was a question that came up, Cap, and then all of a sudden, like it just all these other comments came in, so I couldn't get it. You know what I mean? I couldn't find the question. I'm trying to get some questions. Someone's asking, would you work with Kevin again?
No, I never did work with Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin was on Below Deck Med.
Hmm. Um,
But in spite of that fact, no, I wouldn't work with him anyhow.
hmm Um, oh, after the season, will you be involved with the crew, like more with the crews going on?
Um, I'm always involved with the crew, with what's going on with the crew. It's just a matter of how much they allow me to do that. Because the crew are very, very secretive. Uh, let's face it. I mean, we work and live in an environment where, you're with somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I don't eat dinner with the crew. I give them their own space. The crew mess is their area. I don't go down there very often. When I do go down there, it's usually for tip meetings or something like that, or for a staff meeting. And that's their area where they can go like, God, he's such a fucking asshole today. Can't believe he's such a dick today. And they need to have that area in which they can vent.
Hmm.
And I want to give them that space, whether they mean it or not at that point in time, or whether they, whatever. They need to have
Hmm.
that area. It's got to be their area. And so I always give them that space, but in the same breath, you don't know what's really happening because you don't see it.
No,
Just
absolutely.
not there. And then when I do see it, when it's, broadcast on national TV, it's like,
Hmm.
God, did they really do that? You're like,
Hmm. Well,
yes.
to add, like what you said before, is like you're just doing your job with your crew and everything, and it just has cameras, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the only difference is, are there ever? I'm sure. I mean, um, do you find like what is your overall opinion on that kind of aspect, that curveball kind of thrown to your job, having that camera around?
Those guys, production is really respective of my job, and they give me the respect and the space that I need to do my job. They never ever interfere, and they're so cognizant of what's going on around them, and they stay out of the way. They let me do my job, and I let them do theirs. And it
Absolutely.
the marriage made in heaven. Actually, it works really good
And I
because
think I know I think I know the answer to this too, but like your crew, right? Like talk about the process of like picking a crew. I mean, you have a big part of that, I'm assuming.
no, actually, I don't pick the crew, um, but I do get to determine who stays and who goes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of questions asking about the crew.
Yeah, I don't get to hire the crew, and it's not that I necessarily need to be involved in that process just because it's a TV show. But when it comes time to let somebody go, I have the ultimate word.
Absolutely. It's a crazy time right now with this COVID-19. I mean, staying indoors. What have you been kind of what is there anything specific you've been doing to kind of pass up the time?
Uh, you know something? I have actually been like I posted some videos, just checking in on people, wanting to see how things are going, and I've done that on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that.
A minute, and I've actually taken the time to read the every one of the 1,500 or 2,000 comments because I've got a lot of time. So I read all 1,500 or 2,000 or however many there are, and I either like it or I don't like it, or I make a comment on it.
Hmm.
And because I've got that extra time now, it's really kind of neat to just delve into the mind of the viewers and
Hmm.
to what they're thinking about and what they're verbalizing.
What was your like before Below Deck? What was your impression and opinions on reality TV? before you did the show? What did you think? What did Captain Lee think of reality TV like prior to starting on Below Deck?
To be totally honest, I had no idea what it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Really
That
didn't.
happens a lot more. That happens a lot. That happens a lot more than people think, though.
Well, as a captain, you know, you're out at sea and you're in foreign countries,
Mm-hmm.
and so you don't have access to it. I mean, we have satellite TV on board, and as a captain, I probably have more access to it than anybody else. It's just the time constraints as a captain that no, you don't have time to watch goddamn TV. There doesn't exist.
Yeah.
As you're doing charters, you're taking care of owners, you're taking care of guests, you're just constantly busy. And so the last thing you want to do when you roll into your bunk at night is turn on the goddamn TV. You might turn it on to catch up on the news or business or something like that, but to sit down and socially watch TV for a couple of hours or 2 or 3 hours, that time doesn't exist if you're a captain.
No, absolutely.
This is busy.
For
You're
sure.
like a cat on a hot tin roof trying to cover it up.
Yeah. But so a question that came in. What's up, Jake? Jake Rupert. Hi from Toronto. Yep, Canadians. I'm in Ottawa. Someone was asking where PD is from. I am in Ottawa, Canada, the nation's capital.
Cool. I love Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Canada's
Well, Canada loves Below Deck. Like we love watching the show.
I've been to Vancouver. I did a boat show up there a couple of years ago. God, what a great place Vancouver is. I just really enjoyed it. And I've been to Toronto. I've been to Montreal. I love Montreal smoked meat. Oh my God,
That's where I'm from. I'm from Montreal.
Montreal smoked meat. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Where'd you go? Did you go to Schwartz?
who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
For sure. It's what have you been what now that we're on the topic of food, it's crazy, with like Food Network and all those competition shows and everything. What one trend I was just talking to my friend is like I feel like hot sauce is a really big trend right now in food. Like hot sauces and everything, like spicy foods.
I love spicy food. I love hot food as long as it's not hot just for the sake of it being hot. It
Yeah.
has to have flavor. Like when we had our restaurants, we used to have a place called Muddy Water, Deerfield Beach,
Yeah.
and he had an old jerk recipe from one of our dishwashers who'd worked for us for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And he gave us a recipe for jerk sauce. And we made it, we followed it religiously, and it was one of the biggest sellers on our menu. And was it hot? Yes. But it was more spicy than it was hot, and it had flavor. So I'm more of a fan of it being flavorful and spicy as opposed to being hot for the sake of being
Well,
hot. Or
sometimes
somebody just gets a goddamn t-shirt because I ate, nuclear wings. Okay, you survived, but how did it taste?
what's
And I go
the
like,
point? So you're
oh,
you're basically saying like, what's the point of it just being super super hot, right?
yeah, that achieves nothing.
You've seen Hot Ones?
No,
So Hot Ones is just it's a YouTube show. It's a interview show, but they're eating hot chicken wings in different sauces, and while they're doing it, and there's some that are. Pardon me.
has anybody died?
Almost. It seems that some people. I want to see you on Hot Ones. So we have a lot of people watching right now. We got to do this. So let's start a campaign, everyone, to get Captain Lee on Hot Ones. I think that would be great to see.
It's got to be flavorful.
Well, there's like they have a bunch of
It
different
can't be hot.
sauces.
They could be in hot. I love hot, but it's got to have some flavor to it. It's got to have It's got to have the vibe of wherever it comes from. Like if it comes from Venezuela, or if it comes from Mexico, or if it comes from Trinidad or Tobago or place like that. It's got to be indicative of what they're trying to portray from their country. To me, that's what makes it special.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I've been really eating a lot lately too is I've always been a fan of like you know, like Italian sausage and a lot of that stuff, but chorizo sausage. Are you a fan of chorizo? I love that.
Chorizo is just outstanding.
So good.
Absolutely. I love that. Get a lot of that in Miami.
Yeah, it is just amazing. I like chorizo tacos is like my favorite taco to have.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
You get into it.
Chorizo tacos is really good. I had some questions roll in. I mean, like I'm starting. I want to.
Are rolling in, aren't they?
Oh, they are rolling in. I'm trying to. Do you see a lot of them?
Yeah, I see. Yes, I am sad that Kate's not doing the show anymore. That is, that's a sad point. I wish she was, but I'm excited for her. I know she's going to move on to bigger and better things, but she's going to be missed. She's going to be missed on the show, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Some people were asking if you actually watch Below Deck, and I found that was an interesting question. Like, do you watch the show?
That's the only time I get to see it.
Yeah.
When I do get a preview about a day or so before, so I can prep myself for when I want, because I tweet live during the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could not tweet live if I weren't prepped for it a little bit. So I think usually on Saturday before the show airs, it airs on a Monday, I get a preview of the show and I go over it and I get an idea, and that's the first time that I see it. I don't know what's going to happen. And so it's like I look at it and I go like, are you kidding me? Did you really just do that shit? You did. You did that. And it's like unbelievable to me, some of the things that have happened. And so I just go ahead and I watch it. And then I formulate in my mind, some of the things that I want to talk about and some of the things that I don't want to talk about. Yeah. And then I watch it again live, and I get on Twitter and I tweet live. And yeah, some of my stuff is knee jerk. I'm human.
Yeah.
Like everybody else. And some of my responses are like, I can't believe somebody commented in that fashion.
Yeah,
playing
it back must be interesting to be like, wow, this was actually said.
Yeah, and the thing, I was told this by Doug Henning, who's a great friend of mine, and he actually said that he was director of photography at the time on season 1, and he said, Lee, he said, the only thing I can tell you is the camera doesn't lie. Here's the deal. If you're a genuinely nice person and you're always trying to do the right thing and you continue to try to do the right thing, that's what's going to come across on camera. Yeah. If you're a dick and you're just, going to be a dick and that's your personality, that's also going to come across on camera. You may be able to hide it from the camera for 5, 10, 15 minutes. But even professionally trained actors can only stay in character for 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
Oh, absolutely.
Then the camera takes over and they got you being you. So,
no, for sure.
You go through, we did 18 episodes last year. So, yeah, is the camera going to catch you being you? Absolutely.
No, for sure. Couple of quick things right now. a coworker of mine named Kaylee Press is watching the show. She's a huge fan of the show. She's probably watching this live stream with her parents because they all watch Below Deck.
Oh.
Can you give Kaylee a shout out?
Kaylee, how you doing?
And
Going the live cast here or Instagram Live. This is my first one would have been today, but this is my third one. So I'm enjoying it, having a lot of fun with it. And thank you so much for being a great fan. I appreciate it, Kaylee.
That's awesome. Someone was asking about me. Someone was saying, who is PD Beats? Who are you? I'm a guy from Canada that has his own podcast called Popternative, where I interview really cool people like Captain Lee. But I touch on everything. I touch on sports. I touch on TV, film, reality TV, news, lifestyle. I interview a whole bunch of people. So my channel is on YouTube. It's Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. The Captain and I have not done an actual episode on that channel yet. I hope we will soon.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, but if you guys want to subscribe to that, that would be really, really cool to do that. Is there anything you have to plug, Captain? Is there anything you want people to check out, or?
No, I don't really have anything to plug. I'm not, like I said, I'm just a cabinet guest film doing his job.
Well, like anything on your anything on your your Instagram, you were doing some.
Keep watching Below Deck. We're going to be around for a while. I don't think the show has peaked yet. I think we're still going up. I think it's going to be. We continuously strive to provide some great entertainment and escape from the real world, where we can give you a view of exotic locations and the inner workings of the crew and how they're getting along, how they're not getting along, and some pretty wackadoodle charter guests. Get our share of those.
Yeah. And
so it's a chance for people to, a lot of people never even knew that this world even exists.
Yeah.
Didn't know that you could charter a yacht. And then when they sit there and they see the prices that these yachts command, like the one that we just filmed on it's $300,000 a week, plus. Mm-hmm. That means plus your fuel, plus your food, plus your gratuity, plus your dockage. So you're looking at probably close to $500,000 for a week. And that's a world that I live in every day and that most people rarely get exposed to, except through a show. So that's a unique perspective, to say the least.
It totally is. It totally is. There's a lot of people that have joined us on this broadcast, Captain.
Well, I'm glad.
There's a lot of Below Deck and a lot of Captain Lee fans.
Think of Thailand. I loved Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, some are €1 million a week. Some yachts actually charter for €1 million a week.
Does anyone else agree in the comments that Captain Lee should go on Hot Ones? I think it should happen.
What are Hot Ones?
No, that show I was telling you about.
Oh.
Hot Ones with the chicken wings.
Yeah.
It would be really cool to see. I think it would be cool to see.
Somebody just shot that out there. My favorite place of all so far, because I don't know if I've been to my favorite place yet, but so far I really love Tahiti, and Thailand is a close second. Without a doubt. Those are just outstanding places.
Very cool. Oh, shout out to Evo Greek Kitchen. You found a Greek food, Captain?
I love Greek food.
Well, Evo in Ottawa, extra virgin olive oil. That's Elias Theodore who owns that. It's a very good restaurant. If you're ever in Ottawa, have you ever been to Ottawa?
No.
Ottawa, Ontario, the nation's capital?
Have not.
Well,
that's a place I ought to check out.
Yeah, well, if you're ever in Ottawa, April and Elias from Evo will definitely feed you, and they'll feed you Greek food.
God, these
comments are coming
come
in.
in faster than I can read them.
Charles Hamlin, my friend Charles Hamlin, he's a Olympic gold medalist in speed skating for Canada, Captain Lee.
Yeah.
He's in here. He's in the chat.
Cool.
Yep.
Congratulations to him.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, isn't it cool though that we have a platform where like literally people from all over the world could just join us right now? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's technology, especially in the time that we're going through right now with this coronavirus, that we can all get together and have a conversation and ask questions and do what we want to do. It kind of like relieves the tension a little bit. And I'm
100%.
Grateful for it, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
Well, my dad has been very busy with a lot of this, and he's been doing a lot of interviews and interactions about this because my dad, he works in public health. He's chief medical officer of health for all of Eastern Ontario in Canada.
His plate is really full.
Very full. But it was cool because he was using, like, he's doing these like Instagram live, he has the Instagram, but he's done Facebook live where people are asking questions about COVID and they're answering it. It's pretty interactive and it's very informative. We need to be informative right now.
Well, informative is good as long as the information's correct. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that just really, that's one of the problems I see with the internet, is that there is so much information out there that isn't correct, and that people, for one reason or another, actually believe. Mm-hmm. And I find that to be very, very detrimental to the overall cause of what we're trying to do, is get through this pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we have to listen to the World Health Organization. We have to listen to the CDC. We have to listen to Dr. Fauci. And these are the people, and Dr. Bergen, and those are the people that we need to pay attention to, because they have the straight skinny on what's going on. And so that's what we need to pay attention to and filter through the extraneous, because that doesn't do any of us any good. And to overreact, I mean, to the guy sitting there that has, 15 rolls of toilet paper in his home, and he goes to the supermarket and he sees the last 4-pack sitting there, and he just picks it up and buys it. Somebody ought to just walk up and slap him, because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. And he's just, he's not doing anybody a service at all. The panic buying, and people just, people buying into the panic and the fear that a lot of people are spreading out there, just doesn't do any of us any good. And we need to just stay calm, do the right thing. It's that difficult to do the right thing. Wash your hands. I go out every morning.
Wash your hands, yeah.
We go out every morning. We ride our bikes. We're not close to anybody. And we ride our bikes for 10 miles every morning. And we come back. We stay in the house. We go outside to do our necessary chores, that sort of thing. We do our banking online. We do everything online that we can. The things that we can't do, like my wife went out to the store this morning. So pay attention, do the right thing. Wipe down your grocery cart before you grab your hands onto it.
I agree.
Very simple. And so, we can handle this. We've handled a lot worse than this. This is not the end all. It really isn't. And we all need to stay calm. We don't need to buy into hysteria. We just need to do the right thing. And you can never go wrong by doing the right thing.
No.
It's pretty simple.
We don't. I agree. No, I agree with you 100%. I'm sure everyone agrees as well. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for everyone who joined myself and the captain tonight. This was awesome.
It's
Captain Lee. Thank you so much.
Really.
Yeah, no, it was really cool that we were able to do this. I really appreciate you coming on with me.
No, it's been my pleasure. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for giving me a format to express some views.
Yeah, absolutely. Be safe, everyone. Take it easy. Captain, we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, buddy.
You too.
Bye-bye.